Hello and welcome to iBluairjgr Gaming for Comedy. Today we're taking a look at a build I like to call the Tasmanian Stalker. This build works efficiently in PvP and PvE environments. It brings with it sustained damage, moderate health sustain, alliance-wide buffs, and some powerful tools for assassination. It's kind of the total package, right? If you were looking for a girlfriend and if it had all this stuff, you'd marry it because it's... Anyway, let's talk about the skills. First on the list we have Shred. It deals low damage to up to 5 enemies in front of you. Nothing special here. Let's move on. Next up we have the ability that gives this build its namesake, Neutralize. For only 15 suit power, this ability deals high damage around your character to up to 5 enemies. The catch is, subsequent uses increase the suit power cost of this ability by 5, up to a maximum of 35. At Tier 4, Punish resets the suit power cost to 15. At Tier 8, enemies struck by Neutralize receive a stacking mark. At 4 stacks, the mark is consumed, deals high damage. Boom. Okay, and the last of the assault abilities is Punish. It's usable after landing a critical hit. You probably already know this, but it restores 30 suit power when you use it below 35 suit power. The cool thing about it in this build is, like I said earlier, it resets the cost of Neutralize back down to 15. It's really useful. Before we move on to the utility abilities, I'm going to ask the question, is Neutralize interchangeable with Impale in this build? The answer is no. This build is designed to not only deal damage to 1 or 2 targets, but to all the targets. Well, I mean, it's not all the targets, it's up to 5, but you get what I'm trying to say. You're trying to hit everybody. Up to 5 everybody's. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite part in these videos. It's when I get to talk really fast about the utility in the build. First up is Pounce. Dash forward 25 meters, snare targets hit, reducing their movement speed, increase your movement speed for a few seconds. Next up, Collapse. Pulls in up to 3 enemies towards your character. Next up after that is Bloodthirst. Grants you a bonus to damage, grants all your allies a bonus to damage, grants you a massive bonus to your lifesteal for a few seconds. It's really cool. Now, Bloodthirst, that is the ability that gives this build its unique playstyle. It allows you to be more of a fighter instead of a hit-and-run assassin guy, right? When you pop this ability, you've got a 20% bonus to your lifesteal. That means every time you deal damage, 20% of that damage is returned to you as health. So if you're shredding people, if you're neutralizing people, if you're punishing people, you're getting health back. But even with all the health returns, you're not a warrior. You've still got to be a stalker. You've still got to roll out of there if it gets crazy. That's why you got tactical retreat on your bar. Rolls you back a couple meters, puts you in advanced stealth. Nobody can find you. Boom. Okay, now it's time to see what this build can do in PvP. First thing I like to do every time the match starts, get behind the enemy lines and start spinning. Neutralize, neutralize, collapse, neutralize, neutralize. Wait, slow it down. You start off the fight in stealth like always. Sneak to the back and start spinning. Try and hit as many people as you can with that neutralize. Collapse to bring a couple more guys in closer and then start spinning. Spinning. Stagger to keep him in place a little bit longer, then spin some more. I had some teammates helping me out. They were following cues. They just knew what to do. It was a pug. This was just a random group of guys that got together and just made magic happen. And that is cool. Speaking of magic, it doesn't always happen with this build. The lifesteal does not always give you enough health returns to keep you alive. Right? Sometimes there's just going to be too much damage going out, and if you can't find any targets to hit, or if you're not doing enough damage, you're just going to kind of get shot in the face, and you're going to die, and then you're going to respawn, because that's how video games work. And speaking of working, when this build works, it works really well. Saw a little Chewa running around, and I like to pick on the Chewas. So I open up on him with Neutralize, but he's got a buddy helping him already. I've got that lifesteal going. You see it's working magic. It's hitting both targets, regardless of their position relative to the front of my character. I killed the Spell Slinger. I'm juking out this Stalker. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, oh my god, this guy, he's doing so much better than me. I don't get it. He's healing somehow. I don't quite understand what's happening. Then another stalker's gonna come in, and I'm just like losing my shit. But then he ran away. I don't know where he went, and the other guy just gave up. He was like, I don't have time for this. And then I'm like, he's not getting away. I thought he thought he was gonna get away. I'm not gonna let that happen. I chase after him. He's back in stealth. I can't find him. He tethers me, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna get this guy because I got him tethered. But I break out of that shit. It's a weak tether. But he comes back in. He's ready to fight. But so am I, because Bloodthirst, it's up and it's ready to do work, okay? I'm gonna chop him up. He's gonna try and run because he realizes now that I have the upper hand. And, well, I capitalized on it with a neutralize for the kill. That's a triple kill all by myself. And I'm not trying to brag here, but I probably outgeared them a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but just a little bit. But it was still a good fight. It was a good fight, and that's all you can ask for, okay? I'm not the best stalker in the universe, but I do pretty damn good. I'm reigning in the prestige, as you can see. I'm making it rain prestige all over the place, man. But anyway, this has been another Stalker skill build with iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy all the ambient noise from my neighborhood as well. If you like it, hit the... Listen to it. It's ridiculous. Look at that. Ugh, you can't get anything done in